we are in the presence of a celebrity right now. This is
We are.
She did the Super Bowl commercial with Bill Murray and Jeep.
That's it right there.
This is it. This is the one that started it all.
You planned that.
No, I didn't, but yeah, that's cool.
Could we be in line for something funny to come out of the mouth?
Just might happen. What a little key.
She's the best.
Everyone deserves to feel their best. Everyone deserves to move their best and not have pain.
I'm a little upset that Ben got like 2 inches taller because he's already tall, dark, and handsome enough.
Culture is something we think about like all the time at Streakies. You know, we're all coming from different cultures.
Our comments have exploded
Through the roof.
So there you go. Welcome back. December 18th. 1 week to Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
You know what this is?
What's this?
It's the final episode of the year.
It is. It is.
A
good year it's been.
It's been a fantastic year. A quick year. I feel like...
We say that. I think we say that to each other, and I think everybody experiences that. It's an indication that we're getting older.
Like school just started, but here we are like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It's also Festivus week.
Festivus week.
I know Festivus is one day, but...
Right. Well, this week, I think, is what inspired Festivus.
Yes. This is
the hustle and the bustle.
Right.
And the moments in which
the last
one had to rain blows upon someone else for taking a doll. A doll. Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, you would think we're some crazy people. But check out or Google the Seinfeld Festivus episode. Or no, it actually isn't a Festivus episode. It's the strike.
It's called the strike, but
strike.
If you Google Festivus, you're gonna find out.
But I said episode. You know, I've learned over the last handful of weeks, I have to be very intentional with my words for what I want to come on the other side, as was relayed through the bacon incident.
Oh, we're going to revisit
No, we're not going to revisit it. But as we wrap up the year, it's been a learning lesson for me about be very clear with your words, what you want people to take away.
You know,
So it's Seinfeld the strike is what will tune you into what we're talking about with all this Festivus stuff.
I brought up the toothpaste thing to a different friend group and got the same sort of mixed responses. Toothpaste first, water first. Some people do both.
You had more sane toothpaste first people than not, right?
No.
It
was actually pretty split.
Yeah, you have a bunch of crazy friends.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of celebrating, whether it's wacky holidays or not, whether it's how you partake in sides of bacon with your spouse, what bacon allotment you get at the lunch or dinner table, breakfast table, you know you're a fan of Lancaster Connects if you know what I'm talking about. But if you want to celebrate others and it's time to celebrate maybe your staff or your customers, our sponsor for this month and today wraps up their contest. We're going to award their prize, the Taste of Lancaster gift basket, at the end of our show. So stay tuned for that. But, you know, Lancaster Gift Box makes gift giving easy. They really focus and do well for people who need to thank their customers, corporate gifting. They can do this nationwide. So whether they need to send a gift basket to somebody across town or across the country, they can do that for you. They've got a really great commitment to supporting local food producers and makers, and Lancaster Gift Box curates signature gift boxes that capture the local flavors of Lancaster County. And so if you're somebody that needs to give gifts and you want to give the gift of Lancaster County to others, LancasterGiftBox.com is a place to do that. Let them know you found them on the Lancaster Connect show.
Their gifts would be great for Christmas giving. Now, they can ship, but probably we're too late for that. Their store on Queen Street, 300 block of Queen Street, would be the place to go.
You know,
pick up a Taste of Lancaster box
but giving is in vogue all year round.
This is true.
And so, honestly, though, I mean, if you want to show up differently, you know, I've studied business for a long time, practiced business for a long time. And when I say I've studied business, exposed myself to other marketing groups and other business owners and see what they do. And I've read stories of like realtors who deliver pumpkin pies in October. Right. And so, whereas all their competition just sends a Christmas greeting card that's kind of vague and you can kind of tell they didn't really sign it, they do a pumpkin pie at Christmas, and that's their thing. I
would remember a pie.
Right. I would too.
Card. Okay. Yeah.
but yeah, so Lancaster Gift Box, to just give them some little more kudos and love as our sponsor this month. Yeah, it's a little late in the game for Christmas. I don't know that they could even do anything in time for Christmas, but maybe you want to get on this and you want to start the new year right. Maybe you do something in January.
Makes sense.
Or in February. We love our customers. Or in March.
Carolyn thinks that's a great idea.
That's right. Thank you, Carolyn. Or in March. I'm mad about you for March Madness.
Oh, yeah.
In April. No joke. You're a great customer.
May?
Oh.
Remember me box.
That's a little... See, I wasn't going to go there, and you went... That's a little dark.
Go there. It is dark.
Man, it's just... Got to send Ben to podcast host school. I don't know if that's a thing, but we're going to make it for
I
him.
might not make it to 2024. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, at any rate.
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So may the gift box be with you. But anyway, listen, it's always good to appreciate your customers, appreciate your employees. Lancaster Gift Box does a nice job of that. But in the spirit of giving, and being that it is our last show for the year, I had the team here run the numbers on what we do, because we do the show. We have great guests, like we're going to get Kendra on here momentarily, and she's doing wonderful things with Unique Lancaster Experiences. But we do this show to give back and to help the community. So we have charities on. We give them the spotlight. We give them an episode. We create half hour or so of great content that they get to use. We put that into reels, get that out on social media, and that's all great. But ultimately, we're still a business that's serving our community. We make money in our community, and so the report, I guess the annual report of what we do here at Gardeners as a result of our customers being so trusting in us when they invest in a new sleep system. We take some of that money and we give it back, and so we ran the numbers. And so, you want to do a drum roll? Is that there? You go. There we go. I like that. There we go. Yep. Love it. So we decided in 2023 that we'd focus the majority of things on Off the Streets. So Off the Streets helps families and people get out of homelessness and really secure housing on a permanent basis.
Wonderful organization.
Yeah. They go through a vetting process to make sure that they're going to be able to get and keep gainful employment, get them into a safe home, a home that's going to fit their needs. And then they outfit it with furniture. And so when somebody moves in, they basically have everything they need so they can settle in and have a really fresh start. So this year in 2023 to date, and I don't know that we have anything else planned.
Probably not.
For the rest of the year, although I personally have a recliner to donate in my garage, the grand total is $34,212 that we've been able to give back in product to Off the Streets. And so that comes in the form of twin, full, and queen mattresses, box springs, bed frames, platform risers, pillows. I think there's some sheets in there.
Yeah, there were a lot of things, yeah.
And those are just the things that we inventoried. We had some other samples and things that we donated that would have been off the books. But what is on the books is $34,212. So we're really happy to be able to do that for folks here in Lancaster County and Wake Up Happy when they need it the most. I think I tagged you. We kind of started this path of giving sleep and mattresses to those that need them 10 years ago.
With the bunk beds.
Yes. I think I tagged you,
yes.
Didn't I?
I think I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah. Whether you tagged me, I don't know.
Well, you should. I mean, you're kind of a big deal. No. That was a special moment.
I can't believe that's 10 years ago, frankly. But we donated a set of bunk beds and mattresses to a couple of boys in the city of Lancaster. And the picture we got from Mama was just awesome. Like, super. The kids were just the joy in their faces, like to have bunk beds for Christmas. Yeah. I forget the exact story, but I don't think they had beds or the mattresses were on the floor or something, but they wanted bunk beds for Christmas and we were able to make that happen. So,
yeah, I mean, you think about it, most kids are asking for skateboards and PlayStations and, Switches. Right. And I have boys, so I don't know what young girls want. Barbie dolls.
Taylor Swift merchandise.
Taylor Swift. Yeah. But all these kids wanted was the sleep. In that year, we had the benefit of, I think, picking our second gifted high-end mattress from a vendor each, right? Because that was
I think so, yeah.
by springtime or
Yeah.
Carpe Diem,
Carpe Diem.
one or the other. So it really was like kind of eye-opening that year of what's really important. And so we kind of took that to heart and carried that forward all these years, and now here we are today. So, so thank you, Lancaster, for letting us do that, because without you as our customer, we couldn't. So thank you.
No.
Thank you. Later in the show, we'll award our Lancaster gift basket. And again, they help their clients thrive and create thriving business relationships that boost that retention. And they can help you with custom gifting solutions that are easy to order. And not just online. They're right on the 300 block of North Queen Street. So they're right downtown in the heart of it all, which, without too much further ado, that's where our guest is joining us from. Queen Street.
Look how we tied that in.
I know, like, Ben's still applying for podcast host school, and I'm over here just lining up the run-ins and the blow-ins and the talk-ins, and I'm not even sure all the language, but man, I can make it look good and sound good.
Kendra, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
So Kendra Wolfe, Unique Lancaster Experiences, thanks for being on the show. I can't wait to talk to you about the experiences you provide in Lancaster.
Thanks.
You've got a pretty unique story. We just learned in the pre-show that you've been a Lancaster resident now for 4 years. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
And you came from New Mexico. And tell our listeners, you told us earlier, why you came to Lancaster and why you felt it was a great place to kind of plug roots in.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I really traveled as a nomad for many years. I lived in Hawaii, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah. I lived all over the U.S., just traveling in my camper, kind of living the dream, as most people would say. But ultimately, I knew that what I really wanted to do was mission work. So with, some distant extended family in close proximity, I decided to move to Lancaster. And I just recently graduated from Lancaster Bible College, which was a huge motivation in coming here. And also worked at Water Street Mission and in the Health Services Clinic, which provides free health care for anybody in Lancaster County who's at a certain income level. And also worked as a volunteer coordinating assistant at Water Street Mission.
That's fantastic. Jeff, what I'm hearing is that Lancaster is above Hawaii on the list of cool places. Like Lancaster's up here and Hawaii's like at least second, maybe third.
Yeah, I want to know how the RV got to Hawaii.
Oh, that's true. I thought that too.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah. So I love camping, and my wife and I are looking to do the part-time to full-time RV living in a handful of years. So what kind of a camper or RV did you have?
I actually had a wild hair, and I said, I'm going to sell everything I own. And I bought a 50-year-old camper, and I gutted it down to the metal and rebuilt it to the point where I could live in it. And then I used services like Work Camper and Workaway so that I could live in mountain resorts in Colorado and stay there for free on the campground, have all my meals provided for while also, doing tour guide work. And so that's kind of how I got started as a tour guide. I lived in Colorado, and I would take students who came from places all over the world on tours of Colorado while working at the YWCA resort in Granby. So it was a really great experience to just kind of bop around the U.S., kind of figuring out what my skills were.
That's cool.
Very cool. Half
of me wants to scrap the notes and just talk to you about your life experiences, but that's not what you're here to talk about. So maybe a little bit of an icebreaker question to get into Unique Lancaster Experiences. Now that you've had 4 years to digest Lancaster County a little bit, if somebody else was in that position coming in, never been to Lancaster before, where are you taking them first? Like, what shows off Lancaster to you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like downtown Lancaster, just right next to Central Market, is not enough to really experience Lancaster. And that is why I created the electric bicycle tour, because I really wanted to take people to all of my favorite places that we're just not going to be able to do in walking distance. And so, Franklin and Marshall's Art Museum is really amazing, and it's free and open, 6 days a week. Of course, Southern Market is such a hub for all things Lancaster, having 13 different chefs from all these different cultures sharing all of their food is really instrumental to telling the story of Lancaster, since we are number 6 on a list of 18 certified welcome cities for welcoming and helping refugees thrive in our community.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that Franklin and Marshall had an art museum.
Yeah, it's amazing.
No clue.
I didn't know that at all.
Maybe you guys should come on the tour.
Sounds like we should. Although I'd probably break the e-bike and crash it because I'm just that kind of way.
You're not going to break the e-bike.
I broke a set of stairs this weekend.
Oh,
that was a story I didn't even get to tell you.
Yeah, we'll leave that for after show. So Kendra, why did you start Unique Lancaster Experiences, and what is it?
Unique Lancaster Experiences is actually the only certified Black-owned tour agency in the state of Pennsylvania. So basically that means a long-winded way of saying I'm the only minority woman who in the entire state of Pennsylvania that does what I do, which is to create activities, create fun things to do, but to do it through the lens of diversity. So what I do is I go to a new place, I explore the landscape, I explore the community, and I say, it looks like this would be a great place for a food tour, or it looks like a great place for a scavenger hunt. Not everybody wants a tour guide. So I create self-guided experiences that I build inside of apps so that people can, explore Lancaster on their own, but also have kind of a local helping them along the way. So I'm only a text away if people need assistance. I'm also a photographer. So, I'd like to take people on tours of Lancaster while also photographing them. And so if they're going to take a picture in front of Central Market, they should know that it's the oldest public market in the United States, that it's been there since 1730. Structurally designed in 1889. So I think it's really valuable to be able to explore the city and also share the stories of the immigrants, minorities, and also the entrepreneurs who are here. There's so much in Lancaster that is just not offered anywhere else. Having traveled the U.S. extensively and lived all these different places, I have never seen a community like Lancaster that rallies around one another to ensure the success of the entire community.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I love that. The way that you connect the dots to the history, to the experience. I mean, I guess that's really kind of your secret sauce, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that Lancaster makes it very easy to create something that makes you happy. So I loved working at Water Street, but my problem with being gainfully employed my entire life was that I would show up at a job and try to make things more fun. And they'd be like, no, Kendra, we just want you to do the regular work. That was in the job description. And it was always my goal to create games and initiatives and activities. And I realized I just need to go and do this on my own. I need to, figure out the things that I find fun and I find enjoyable and then do those things. And so now the cool challenge is that to expand this business, I get to link arms with people who have skills that I don't have. I don't have any watercoloring skills or any, other skills and different things that other people are amazing at. And not everybody knows how to take their really cool skills and to actually put them into a format where tourists can actually enjoy it.
So I have a few questions. Is it you giving these tours? I know you said some are self-guided. Do you have a team of tour guides, or is it mostly you providing the tours?
I have a couple contractors who assist me. I have a couple of photographers who help me, and some food tour guides who assist me as well. I'm the only electric bicycle tour guide, but we are slowly growing.
That's cool. We have a question that just came in from somebody that Chris will probably put on the screen in a moment. Do you offer Lancaster history tours?
I do actually. Yeah, I was actually on an international food tour downtown, which does incorporate history of the Green Book. If you've ever seen the TV show Riverdale, they did a whole episode on the Green Book, as well as the movie, the major motion film, The Green Book. So I share Lancaster's contribution to the Underground Railroad and the Green Book on the international food tour. But then while I was on that tour, a girl said, "You should do a breakfast tour of Lancaster." And I thought, well, that's great. I wonder how I could make that, a little bit more meaningful. So now we have the Breakfast in History walking tour, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's breakfast combined with history, all the way from Lancaster's history from the settlement around 1730 up into the 1940s.
So what kind of places are on this breakfast tour? I'm assuming there's multiple restaurants or establishments involved.
There are, yeah. There's a lot of different businesses that I partner with in order to share these stories. But on a typical breakfast tour, we would usually go to the Central Market. We'll go to Seasons Olive Oil and Vinegar Tap Room. We'll also go to the Lancaster Beignet, which just celebrated their 1-year anniversary. There's Scratch Bakes, which we visit, the La Dolce Vita, the Courthouse Bakery, Barbare Bistro and Bakery. Collectively, there's about 40 different downtown businesses that I partner with in order to run all of my different tours and experiences.
Gosh, it sounded like 10 pounds worth of breakfast from those places that you described.
Is there bacon?
Is there bacon? Yeah.
Yes, there's definitely bacon. And they're also, all my tours are vegan and vegetarian friendly.
Okay. That's so cool.
What about gluten? Is it gluten friendly?
Yeah, actually, the International Food Tour is gluten-free and celiac disease friendly. So even someone who's gluten-free can come and join the tours.
Kendra has thought of everything.
That's bad.
That's me. It's bad.
So you touched on Underground Railroad in the Green Book. Can you tell our listeners, watchers, what the Green Book is all about?
Absolutely. Yeah. So the Green Book is a nationwide guide that started in 1936 by a man named Victor Hugo Green. He was a postal carrier in New York City, and he worked alongside the United States Travel Bureau to create this book because at the time there were sundown towns. And a sundown town was basically a place where you were not allowed to be a person of color after dark. And so the book although it started in 1936, it was revised every single year up into the 50s. And so as you look around downtown Lancaster and even the outskirts of Amish country, you'll also find all these historic buildings. And so Lancaster really cares a lot about the preservation of historic buildings. So there are several physical structures that are actually in these green books that used to be bakeries or barber shops or tourist houses, which were basically the OG Airbnb. It was a place where you could stay. You just had to knock on the door because there's no phone numbers in the book. And people like you and I were willing to put their address in this book so that Hispanics, Asians, African Americans, all people of minority descent could have a place to stay as it became more popular for minorities to travel.
That's really cool. And, it's interesting tie-in. We had last week on the program, we had Danielle Kepperling from the Lancaster Preservation Trust, I believe. I might have gotten, or Preservation Trust of Lancaster, but basically restoring and preserving historic buildings. So it's interesting that, that ties directly into what you were just talking about there.
Yeah, I saw your show and I was really excited to learn about her work. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we got cut off. Her I don't know if it was her internet or computer just kind of went out, and we weren't able to get her back in there. But so do you have a tour experience that's kind of number one on the list, like the one or two that people just love and is your most popular?
I would say right now the most popular is either the International Food Tour or the Lancaster Citywide Scavenger Hunt. The International Food Tour has been really popular among colleges. So Franklin and Marshall, Alvernia College. I just did a tour last weekend with HAC students. They love to bring their international students and even their local students so that they can find new places in the city to come and eat whenever they get into town. Of course, Franklin and Marshall students are kind of right on the cusp of downtown. And so it was really cool to see that a lot of them don't really come downtown, and we really want to make them a bigger part of the community. But the scavenger hunt is also such a great time, especially around the holidays, because it changes every single month. I know we were talking about Lancaster Gift Box and, different ways that they could market their services for St. Patrick's Day and for Valentine's Day. And that's kind of how the scavenger hunt works. I changed the set of missions all throughout the year. And it's a citywide hunt for different activities that I've, set up around the city with local businesses so that people don't just walk on the sidewalk and look into the businesses' windows. They actually go inside and actually see what it's all about and hopefully make purchases to support the tourism industry.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So putting a tour together like this international food tour, first of all, you get to experience everything in advance, right? Like you have to test the food and learn about the restaurants. And so
that's a great benefit.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long does it take you to put together a tour? Like, research and, development of everything. What does that look like?
For me, I feel like I have a very untraditional practice. I will think of something while I'm driving down the road and I'll think, wow, that would be a really great idea. And then I'll go online and I'll put it online before I've even created it. And then once somebody books it, then I get to work. So that's how I kind of got started. It's kind of like, putting up a mattress store and putting mattresses online when you don't have anything in the inventory. Well, guess what? Now you don't have a choice. And so, I'm one of those people
That's
where
a good motivator.
execution is my greatest skill. Right now, I'm currently trying to partner with the Lancaster Central Market to do the Central Market experience so that people can actually come to Lancaster to come to Central Market. But instead of, again, just looking around and kind of moseying through the market, they actually have an app that is guiding them through the market so that they can hear the stories. A lot of people don't know that the individual stands used to be auctioned off. And so the stands just went to the person with the most amount of money. And at that time, that was mostly the reason why we had, meat and cheese and vegetable stands, because a lot of the farmers with the most amount of land were the people that had these individual stands. But once the city of Lancaster no longer owned that property, they began to create the system of diversity. So now you may be on the list for 3, 4, or 5 years, but if your food or your product brings in a level of diversity that we don't have anywhere else in central Pennsylvania, then you get bumped to the top of the list. Similarly, if an African food stand leaves, they replace it with someone on the list who sells African food. If someone from an Asian descent leaves, they replace it with someone else who sells Asian food. And that's how we have acquired this level of diversity in our market that you don't see anywhere else. And I think it's important for people to know those things.
That's really cool. I've been to market a number of times, and it's if you've been there a bunch, and there's Chef Oliver. We had him on earlier in 2023. It can be an overwhelming experience. Like, you go in there and there's, I don't know, there's like 100 vendors or something. There's a lot of vendors and a lot of products, and like kind of where do you get started? So having it like an app-based program that can kind of like guide you through that seems like it would be very, very cool for people to have to guide them through.
Absolutely.
You got an itch? What's going on there?
Sorry, I was doing a lot of hiking this weekend and moving around my leg. I'm very sore at the moment. But no, we had another question about your scavenger hunts. Somebody says, sounds like a lot of fun. Carolyn actually says, sounds like a lot of fun. What other details can you share about your scavenger hunts? Like, are there different themes? You said, I think one of them was citywide. So how does that all work?
Yeah, it's a race against the clock. You only have 3 hours to complete the scavenger hunt. And you basically receive instructions from me and a video from me on, how to get set up. And then we meet at the Welcome Center right in the center of the city. And then once the missions are released for that specific day, it guides you to different locations around the city, whether they be historic sites, statues, or actually inside of local businesses. And to submit to submit and finalize your missions, you either take a video or a photo, or you have to do a text input. So for example, ideally you want to end the scavenger hunt at Decades. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Decades, the bar, restaurant, bowling alley, and arcade. But in order for you to play the games inside of the arcade, you obviously need some tokens. Well, the tokens are hidden inside of a lockbox that I've placed downtown, but you can't find that lockbox until you answer the historic question. And of course you need the code to the lockbox, which is actually a math question, which is compiled out of a variety of different historically put together information about Lancaster. So it's really involved.
That's super cool. I like that.
It's almost like National Treasure.
Correct.
Yes.
National Treasure meets Lancaster County history and fun all through the lens of a scavenger hunt. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only
That's
one
very cool.
person and I really want to be able to expand every possible way that I can. So it's being self-guided. It gives it a lot of benefit for people to do it on their own. I recently hosted a scavenger hunt for Fulton Bank's executive team. So we do really short scavenger hunts. If people just don't have the full 3 hours to do the whole thing, then I'll create a custom scavenger hunt for a church, which has a little less secular questions in it, or for a corporate group that maybe needs to have something geared towards a bank or an organization. It's really customizable for any group of any size.
Yeah, very neat. Very neat. So this app that you referenced about Lancaster Central Market, would that be something you create? Is that a skill set that you have?
With AI nowadays doing a lot of the hard work for us, I would say that I do have that skill set, but I do take the easy route. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Discover Lancaster's coffee trail and also their ice cream trail. It's the same business or system that they use to provide those
Okay.
services as well. So, you pay for the service, but you don't have to do it all in one go. You can come back next week or in 6 months, or come back at Christmas and finish from where you left off. As long as you finish it within the year, everything is saved. And the fun part is that you actually get to taste and earn goodies along the way. So the longer you continue, the more you earn.
That's neat. That's really neat.
So booking a tour itself, how do people find you? I'm assuming the website is a great place for information and booking. Is that the best way to go about it?
Yeah, the best way to find my services are on experiencelancasterpa.com. Anytime you Google things to do in Lancaster, pretty much year round, because I'm the only year round tour guide in Lancaster City.
Okay.
You'll find a variety of my tours through different booking platforms like TripAdvisor, Viator, or whomever. But you'll also find the tours of some of what you would call my competitors on my website in various places as well, because we are really a community. And so I want to work alongside them to help to promote their businesses and services as well.
Okay. Yeah, great. We had a question come in about the scavenger hunt costs, and I see as Chris is scrolling through there, you have all the costs listed there. So that's like a per person cost?
That is correct. Yes.
Yep. That's awesome. And then to book one, you just click on it and there it is. You pick a day.
Yeah.
That's a question I had. It looks like Friday, Saturday, and Sundays are probably the most popular days?
It depends on the tour. Yeah. So Tuesdays are usually a scavenger hunt day, which are market days. But anytime someone wants to book a group situation, they can always contact me directly. The only thing that's not per person is actually the Lancaster limousine tour. That's just a customized experience that I offer for groups.
Oh, what is this limousine tour? Wait, no, that's
yeah. So right there on the main page, if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see the Lancaster limousine experience. Usually around the holidays, particularly, we do a Christmas light show where people can book, a group for their family or their friends. They jump in the stretch limousine. I create games. I play the DJ. They BYOB their own drinks, and we have a great time taking them to Christmas light shows. Around Valentine's Day, we do one that includes the covered bridges around Lancaster County. A photographer will meet us in the downtown center to take photos of the couples. And there's usually an activity like axe throwing or Deerfoot Winery thrown in there as well.
That's awesome. I love this. I love what you're doing because seemingly in every experience, you've incorporated other businesses. This limousine tour. Obviously, you don't own the limousine, right? You're not driving the limousine. You have another business provide that service. You're stopping at multiple businesses. I'm sure the bike tour is the same thing. You're probably using a bike service place. I know of Let's Roll. I don't know if that's the one you use, but it's really cool that all of your experiences kind of incorporate all of these other small locally owned businesses and services.
Yeah, collaboration is key. And then especially in Lancaster, I love the collaboration that happens downtown. If anyone's watching this and they're a local business in the city, every single month we actually meet downtown at the Ware Center, and all of the local merchants downtown will meet. Sometimes the mayor is there to give out awards on different occasions, but they always have a speaker come and share something insightful or helpful to the business community. And everyone gets a chance to introduce themselves. And so you have a moment to stand in front of every local business owner in downtown and say, hi, my name is Kendra and I create fun things to do. That way you can introduce yourself. And that's the best way to figure out who you want to collaborate with and how to support our local business community.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And speaking of collaboration, I'm sure you'll be okay with this, to give a little plug to the Candy Factory. Mm-hmm. You're in a collaborative workspace right now. What do you like about being there at the Candy Factory?
The Candy Factory is such a fun place. It is a co-working space, but it's also a social club. It's 6 stories tall, so there's plenty of space. The membership that I have is, just for someone who has a small business. I have thousands of square feet of space that I can choose to work from within our space. And if you're a creator, or if you're going into 2024 and thinking, wow, these guys do a really good job, I could probably do a better podcast than them, then, definitely come to the Candy Factory. And we have an entire podcast room. We have an entire photography studio set up. Every space that you need as a creator, they have it here. We have a meditation room, and the people here are generally just so kind. So it's very easy to make friends here. And there's always an activity going on. The 6th floor social club in and of itself, there's always parties and events and fun activities going on, most of which are family friendly. So feel free to bring your kids.
Yeah. Cool. I've been in the 6th floor. What do you call it? The social quarters? Is that it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a very cool space. Very cool space. If you need a scavenger hunt created for your company, and then a place to go wrap it up and celebrate who won and who found the magic key and the unlock the code, then that's the place to go. And Kendra can be the one to create that scavenger hunt for you. So what's next for you in 2024? What are you looking to level up, or what are you looking to expand? Are you looking to do you still have that camper, by the way?
I got rid of my camper and my motorcycle, but now I have a 92 Dodge conversion van that is kind of my mini version of fun. Okay. So
I was just wondering if the camper might make its way into an experience somehow, like go watch a harvest moon in a Lancaster cornfield or something. But what does 2024 hold for you?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Last year I was named Lancaster's Woman of Achievement by the Pennsylvania House of Representatives and the YWCA. Thank you. And I declared on the stage, giving my speech, that I would get my LTA pilot license to become a hot air balloon pilot. And that is something I really want to continue pursuing, as well as just getting my master's degree from a HBCU college.
That's so cool.
Very cool. So you're not busy at all.
Yeah.
Binge watch a lot of Netflix, spend a lot of time on social media.
Yeah, sure.
Pointless arguments. Yeah, that's cool. So what would your master's degree be in?
I'm really interested, as you can imagine, in the study of politics and history and race and equality. And so right now, the Susquehanna National Heritage Area recently gave myself and my business and a team of my researchers a grant to do research on the Underground Railroad in Columbia. So soon there will be a new tour coming to Columbia that will actually take people on a physical walk to some historic sites that relate to that history. So I really want to continue doing history and just doing work that helps elevate equality in our country.
Very cool. That's great. Very cool. And then obviously the hot air balloon license pilot. What kind of a license did you say?
It's called Lighter Than Air, LTA.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I was thinking land to air.
That's a good one.
I guess that's what you always want with your pilot. Yes. You always want to start on land, get in the air, and get back. In that case, it would be an LTAL or LTATL license. Yeah. So obviously that goes without saying. You would incorporate some hot air balloon tours. What's that first tour look like? What stops would because you're going to make it happen. We obviously can tell you're a person that, as you said, you execute and you take action. What's can you give a little glimpse of what that tour might look like?
As someone who studied the Bible academically, I felt like I've always wanted to do some premarital counseling and then marry people in the sky. So my ultimate goal, hopefully, is to marry people in the air, those who are adventurous enough to take it there.
That's a new one. I've not heard anyone ever try that or do it or anything. That's
I mean, I thought
unique, right?
I thought you would maybe do something like along the Susquehanna River or Amish country or east towards Philadelphia, but they're totally original idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's very cool.
Love it.
That's my goal.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And I guess if like somebody has any objections, you just throw them out. Or if the groom's got cold feet, it's like, oh, you ain't leaving now.
Yeah, that's the ultimate can't leave at the altar, right? Yeah, you're not leaving that. I mean, I guess parachute? I don't know.
That would be
Have either of
rough.
you ever been in a hot air balloon before?
I have, yeah.
You have?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
wow.
Lindsay and I did
Good
that probably like 10 years ago. Started in Bird in Hand and ended up in an Amish farm. And it was super cool. Like when it landed, there was it was middle of an Amish farm and the farmer came and all the little kids came and like they were helping get the balloon, folded up. It was really cool. We got some really cool pictures. It was a fun experience. Yeah.
Love that.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't mind heights, but I don't know.
It wasn't bad. Like it's like anything else. Like a roller coaster or whatever. Like you go up and you're kind of maybe nervous and you get to the top, you get down, and then you don't think about it. Like you get a little bit off the ground and you're kind of like, but then the higher you go, it really doesn't matter. Like you reach 20 feet, you fall. It doesn't matter if it's 20 feet or 100. You're whatever. But no, it was totally cool and I felt totally safe.
Yeah,
amazing.
Cool.
Put it on your Christmas list.
There you go. Yeah,
I like it. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, this is why we get to do the show. You get to share all the cool, fun things you're doing. Yes, it's the holidays. I have yet to start my holiday shopping, so maybe, who knows? I might hit your website up for something for my wife and I to do.
There you go.
But,
there you go. There are gift cards on my website. So
yeah, exactly. You can get it in.
Limousine
See, and for everybody that says you shouldn't do a live video podcast, here's exactly why you do it. Because this show would air later, and it might be too late for people to get their stuff.
True.
It's always nice to express what your guests are doing in real time. I like that.
Absolutely.
And but no, in all seriousness, if your Christmas shopping has ended and concluded, put a note in your phone, put a note in your calendar that maybe next year, or go get that gift card now and save it till next year, and you're way ahead of the game. I mean, do more experiences. We joked early on in the show about Festivus, and the whole root of Festivus was about the consumerism and the materialism of a holiday. The cool thing you're doing is you're bringing people together. Yes, you're a business. Yes, you're making money. Everybody gets that, but you bring people together in a fun way where they get to connect. And I love the photography angle. I wanted to comment on that earlier, that not only do you bring people together, but then you capture the moment, which that's a fun aspect of what you do. Has there been any special moments that you've been able to capture?
A lot of people contact me to photograph their proposal. And so they think that they're just taking, that their boyfriend is taking them on a photo shoot, which seems odd, and then they propose and they help, I help them plan the perfect space and the perfect moment to do the proposal. 5 different locations. So I will photograph at sunset in Columbia, right there on the river, or in Conestoga, which is a hike. I know you mentioned that you like hiking. So at the Overlook near Conestoga.
I like hiking to go find a place to hunt.
Okay.
That might change some people's opinions of my version of hiking, but I don't like hiking for the aspect of hiking. I like hunting for the sport. I like hiking for the sport hunting part of it.
I'll play along. I like hiking.
Yeah. So if people like hiking, then I'll take them on a hiking. I'll take them on a hiking tour photo shoot. We'll go down to Conestoga near Peckway and go to the Overlook, or we'll go to Lidditz on the Ephrata to Lidditz Rail Trail if they want to jump on bikes. I'll photograph them on bikes. We'll also go to what other locations do we go to? Yeah, of course, downtown, and then also Lancaster, Lancaster County Park. So if they want something more country, a little bit more historic, then I'll take them to the Garden of Five Senses and the historic Rockford at Lancaster County Park.
That's cool. Kendra, you've got a fan. Betsy David Heiser Shank from Acorn Acres loves your energy and says everybody wants to be around you. So that's cool.
Oh, thank you.
That's cool. I think we're ready for Connection Cocktail. A few questions to get to know. I mean, I feel like we know Kendra now. Like, you shared a lot,
but it's here on the notes and on the screen. So
that's
we may
right.
as well just do it. Right?
So oh my gosh, this is going to be an interesting question. I mean, we know your work ethic, but can you describe your work ethic in one word? Putting you on the spot.
In one word, that's a tricky one. Let's come back to that one.
Pass. All
right. This one's going to be hard because I'll be interested to see how you play this one, given your business and what you do, because you will see if you go the diplomatic route or if you just go right to it.
I know what you're going to ask.
What's your favorite dinner spot in Lancaster?
My favorite dinner spot in Lancaster is actually a brand new place that opened up about 4 days ago. It's called D.O. Fusion. And if you've ever been to Himalayan Curry and Grill, then that's their new little sister spot right there in Il Plaza across from Ben's Park. So it's just tucked away in there. It's kind of like the Chipotle of Nepali food, but actually really good. So I'm really enjoying that place thus far.
And how did you say it? Dio?
Dio, yes.
Dio. Okay. Oh, I see it. I just want to make sure I'm saying it right.
Yes.
Wow. So I love it. I love it. So yeah, I mean, Himalayan is a great place. Love that. Do you have time for sports and following sports teams? Is there a sports team that you follow?
Is there a sports team that I follow? I like disc golf. If you consider that a sport. I don't really, I used to play sports as a child. I grew up in East Tennessee originally. So I played everything from cheerleading to football to volleyball and basketball. But as an adult, I've really just gotten away from sports. But I have a lot of respect for the game. I'm a member at Spook Gym. If you ever see me there, wave me down. I really enjoy watching all the kids play basketball, and it's one of those things that's like, I'm working out, I kind of want to go home and just quit my workout, but then you see these really inspiring kids in wheelchairs playing basketball at Spooky Nook, and you can't give up after that. Like, you have no excuse but to keep working hard. So I really respect the people at Spooky Nook and the variety of different ways they've found to include everybody.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, Kendra, this has been a lot of fun. Certainly one of our more unique guests for the year, and no coincidence that you offer unique Lancaster experiences. So if you're looking for something fun to do, something unique to give, somebody unique and passionate, that was the word people chimed in with about your work ethic, is passionate.
Thank
you. So, if you're looking to connect with Kendra, obviously somebody who's committed to our area, depositing a lot of good into our area, certainly check out what she's doing. Unique Lancaster Experiences. ExperienceLancasterPA.com. That's the name of your company, but your website, ExperienceLancasterPA.com. Check out everything Kendra's doing there. We've got her information in the show notes. Call, message, email, DM on social media, however you want to connect. I'm sure she'll be happy to make that connection with you. Kendra, thank you for stopping by and giving us your time. And we hope maybe we can somehow put a Starlink or something in that hot air balloon in the summer and do a show from there.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, I was going to say, I would love to be the pilot of your first hot air balloon ride. So if you, if you decide you want a brand new pilot,
I want you to get your license. I want you to get your license on your schedule or sooner. I'm not sure that I'll be the first guest. Maybe Ben can.
He's saying he doesn't trust you.
I just don't know that I just don't know that I'll enjoy it. I don't know.
You know what we should do though? We were brainstorming ideas for a company get together, party, whatever. The limousine might be a cool idea.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Stop off at do some axe throwing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll be hearing from us. That might be cool.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Kendra.
Thanks.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
So many things going on. Hot air balloon. That's so cool.
It really is. And as we said, Kendra's there on Queen Street in that area of collaboration, Candy Factory, a great collaborative space. Our sponsor this month, Lancaster Gift Box, their business is about collaboration, really, because they aggregate and bring forth and maybe create exposure and opportunity for other businesses right in Lancaster and put together these really cool baskets for gifts, corporate gifting, retention, making people happy if there was a little mistake and you send something nice. They do all kinds of really great gift baskets. You don't just have to look at them online. They're right downtown in the 300 block of North Queen Street, and they have handmade soaps, coffee beans, fresh cheese, adorable greeting cards, all of this finest selection of things you may give. They can bundle it up. I'm sure they could take your ideas too, if you really wanted to put a big program together. Corporate gifting is their thing. One-off is their thing. Pretty much anything in between they can do. Check them out. They're this month's sponsor, and we're going to award their gift basket, the Taste of Lancaster gift basket, here in a few minutes. But check them out, lancastergiftbox.com. They're a great asset to our community, and every gift that you buy goes back to the Lancaster Farmland Trust. So they don't just, as we like to say, we don't just take from our community. We like to give back. That's why we do the show. On that note, as I said, we donated $34,000 worth of beds to Off the Streets, but we did a little bit else for companies like Gifts That Give Hope, Girls on the Run, Claire House. There was a handful of others, around $2,000 throughout the year too. But we just, kind of the beginning of the year, as January 1 of this year came around and Q4 last year, we kind of took a focus on Off the Streets just because of what we do, and we know what that power of a great night's sleep can do for people. So the show will continue to support great people, great charities here in Lancaster.
Should we spin the wheel for the Lancaster Gift Box prize, or do we want to do that after Sleep Better Tip?
Well, let's do the Sleep Better Tip. Do you have your testimonial?
I do have a testimonial.
Good little homework there. My Sleep Better Tip is that sometimes your mattress needs other things around it to really help you sleep well. And so I was at my friend's cabin this weekend, and he has a very nice cabin, very nice loft for all of his friends and buddies to sleep in, like a woods cabin you might think of, right? Well, the mattresses are great, the beds are great, but sometimes what can help out a mattress is what's underneath it. Maybe a new foundation box spring, maybe a new bed frame, maybe a topper could give you a little better sleep experience. It's more than just the mattress. It is a whole system. There are parts and pieces. Maybe you have a nice mattress, but it's kind of feels like it's sloping into the middle or off to one side, and you just got it. So you might look at what's underneath it, what's supporting it. Those are all things to consider. We talk about stuff like that in our book, along with sleep tips and sleep hygiene and sleep habits and routines you can create. So if you want all kind of information around the topic of sleep, we'll send you the book, Sleep Better. You get it at gardnersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better.
Very nice. Very nice. Sometimes you don't have to do homework. The testimonials come to you in the mail.
Just drop them in your hand.
And that's what we got here. Handwritten testimonial here from Marcy. Recently got a new mattress from us. Just a couple notes here. She said the delivery crew, they were very efficient and courteous. They were in and out without much fanfare. So that's good. And she also goes on to say that they've been mattress customers at Gardner's since way back. We dealt with Mr. Gardner originally. So she's referencing Jim Gardner, who started Gardner's bedrooms in 1990. And here we are 33 years later, still impacting people's lives with a new mattress, helping them wake up happy every morning. So we continue the legacy of great customer service that Jim Gardner started way back when. So thank you, Marcy, for being a customer.
Yes, thank you.
Sending that in to us.
We love all of our customers.
We do.
And Betsy, thank you. Yes, we donated to Acorn Acres. You do wonderful things for those little woodland creatures. and we learned that a ground pig, is that right?
Groundhog.
Groundhog is the same
Whistle
thing
pig.
as a whistle pig, is the same thing as a
Woodchuck.
woodchuck, as the same thing as, like,
There's multiple other words.
yeah, they can have a lot of different things.
I'm sure Betsy can help us out.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, listen, we will donate to causes that help our community and make sense. You know, as a business, sometimes you have to pick and choose, and you know, it's sometimes we have to say no, but we almost always try to find a way to say yes in some form or fashion. And so that's why we do the show, to help out our community. It really is. Somebody asked, I saw in the comments, about the food drawing, and I'm a little embarrassed. We forgot to line that up. So we will have to do that drawing in the new year.
Yeah, I think the second show of the new year.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yep.
The reason being, not to pull anything, when people come in for those kinds of contests, we just have you fill out like a contest slip, but then we drop your ticket and we notate your ticket numbers on your contest slip. It's just too much to execute here in real time. So when we did it last time, I drew the thing on video, drew the ticket number, and then we matched that ticket number up with the entrance name and information that we had on file. I just can't execute that right now, and it's completely my fault. I just forgot to do it. And Carolyn, can more tickets be earned? 100%. Yep, we'll keep that open. Actually, that's a good thing. We'll keep it open throughout the holidays.
Yeah, through the end of the year.
Yeah, we'll extend it because I flubbed. I forgot to do it.
Hey,
my bad. Yep. But extra opportunities to win. So that's that. But the winning has concluded. The opportunity for winning has concluded for the Lancaster gift box. Taste of Lancaster, a fantastic sponsor.
Ton of entries.
Great number of, I think the most entries so far
of a contest we've done.
So that was up against the Whiff Roasters gift basket
from October.
And then we thought we had a bunch more. You know, the lesson here is these contests are growing and our customers like them, and our Lancaster Connects audience loves it. So we started with Whiff Roasters, and then Diamond Earrings, and then Taste of Lancaster gift basket.
Food wins over everything.
Food wins. And all this bad food you're going to have to work off with January's sponsor, Universal Athletic Club. So you'll be seeing in the new year what they have to offer in their contest. You see how you do that transition?
It's
like
pro level, expert, whatever.
So at any rate, yes, this contest, though, I think we're ready to announce.
Yeah, let's get that prize-elator going. Give it a spin.
Look at that. I love when the prize-elator wheel is full. I like it. Has a nice look to it.
There we go.
There it's flying.
Gosh, that's kind of trippy. Oh,
yeah, it's like hypnotizes you.
Yeah.
Woo. Nicole Mask, congratulations.
We will reach out to Nicole, let her know that she's won and how to pick up her prize. Thank you to everyone who entered. Thank you to Nicole for being part of the contest. And hey, we'll announce next month's contest next show on the 1st of January, and another chance to enter and win a great prize.
Concerts.
Wow, I don't know. Gosh,
what was planned while I was away this weekend? Yes. Anyway, congratulations to Nicole Mast on winning the Taste of Lancaster gift basket. Like as Ben said, we'll make the connections and let you know. I think the only other thing we have to mention is it's year end. Which in the business world means like get rid of the inventory because the big bad tax man comes and taxes you on it, and nobody likes to pay taxes. And so we have a really great clearance promotion going on right now on a lot of different things. It's kind of like a little scavenger hunt, if you will, to find that deepest discount of up to 75% off of our regular everyday prices. And so really great savings. If you have some flexibility on what you're looking for, so maybe it's a great time to upgrade. I don't know.
Words are tough.
Words are tough, Mr. Podcast graduate guy, right? Anyway, if it's time to upgrade your guest bedroom mattress, we've got some fantastic deals there. If your teenagers have been hard to shop for this year and they have just about anything they could ever want, but they wake up grumpy, you might consider a new mattress for their bedroom. So we have lots of great deals on that. We've got some wonderful king mattresses that you would get at a great price. So sizes, budgets, we've got it all. We'd love for you to get it at a discount rather than paying tax on it come January 1 when that whole mind-numbing process of taxes begins. So check that out, gardenersmattressandmore.com/sales. All the details are there.
Betsy, same to you.
Yeah, Merry
Have a
Christmas.
safe, relaxing Merry Christmas. Yeah, I mean, it's next Monday.
It's next Monday. Hopefully we got a lot of football between now and then. Hopefully your team wins. I'm hoping my team wins. We hopefully can get our act together with the Eagles. We have a Christmas Day game, so I have to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we either have to like have fixed all of our problems, or I have to like sedate myself with Christmas, with like put some sedation medicine in with a Christmas ham.
Is that a Monday?
So I'm not a
like
Grinch
a Monday
on
night
Christmas Day. Yeah, I think there's 3 games
game?
Christmas
Okay,
Day.
okay.
I think, but we have the Giants at 4:00. So
No problem.
So I have to be on my good behavior because it's Christmas Day. I can't baby Jesus' birthday. I can't be upset.
No,
Christmas Day.
Not a good look.
So, at any rate, Merry Christmas to you all. Have a wonderful holiday season and a Happy New Year. We'll see you next year on Lancaster Connects.